marketing. There are a few more people now. They kind of had a boom, so I think it's a little bit over 50. Main Street is gravel. There's a bar. The post office is no longer there because the post lady died. And she was fantastic. It's okay. She lived a long, long life. But there's a Lutheran church. There used to be a Catholic church, but now that actually turned into the city building. So that is where I'm from. But kid you not, I had a really strong village. Now, to get the true picture of what that village looked like, when I got married over 18 years ago to this little nerd right down here in the front. So there were over 300 people at my wedding. We had a street dance, and it was the most fantastic thing ever. So I had that really, really strong village. That's what that looked like for me. So now I want to translate that to business. How many of you here are solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, and kind of feel like the whole weight of your business is on your shoulders? Yeah, a whole bunch of you, right? And we find very, very quickly that we're in charge of everything. How many of you went into your business thinking, this is going to be awesome, I'm going to get to do what I love every day? How much of your day do you actually get to spend doing what you thought your business was going to be? Right? Instead, you are doing the marketing, the advertising, the distribution. You are fulfilling all of the different needs of your business, and maybe 20% of that time is spent actually doing what many of us thought our businesses would be, right? So today what I want to talk about is a little bit about what delegation means to a small business, because for many entrepreneurs, you will either learn this skill or you will be miserably stressed, or you will quit because it's just too much, or you will plateau and your business can only grow so far because there's only one you. There's only one you. So learning how to delegate is something that is very, very key. So one of the things that I want to talk through is what I believe you can get out of 3 minutes of time. How does this sound for you? What if you could go and do a 3-minute Facebook Live or a 3-minute YouTube, and from that video, you had Facebook badges, like graphics, you had a blog that went on your website and on LinkedIn, you had Instagram posts for 2 a week for the next 4 weeks, and it all linked to one another so that when people saw you here, they could link to your blog here. All of that marketing was done, and it took you 3 minutes of time. Does that sound like something that could benefit your business? Right? Right? Okay, well that can never happen if you don't learn to let go of a little bit of control and delegate. So that's what we're going to talk about a little bit this evening. So delayed decisions. Decisions are the ultimate power. If you can make those decisions, you will become much more empowered in your business. If you delay and continue to delay decisions, then you will live in this place of overwhelm, disappointment, and frustration within your business. So this is my little mantra. So you know how you live your life through mantras? Neil's little mantra every morning is phone, wallet, keys, phone, wallet, keys, phone, wallet, keys. Dear, I'm sorry you're going to have to come to every speech because they laugh at your stuff. So anyways, so delegate, delete it, or do it. Delegate, delete, do. Delegate, delete, do. You guys, this is a mantra that goes through my mind 24/7. Like, if I'm not going to do it, can I delete it? Or can I delegate it to someone else? Okay? So first of all, let's go through a little bit of a thing. How many of you have your email on your phone? Okay, pull out your phone. Grab your phone. Oh, sorry. This is what you're not. Everybody usually says put your phone away. It's the opposite right now. Okay, how many little red numbers are on your email? Let's see. Who has the highest number in the room?
Right here. 13,000.
13,000. Where is Michelle? I don't know if anybody can beat Michelle. Michelle, what is your red number, Michelle? Everybody listen.
Michelle?
Michelle.
48,400.
All right. game. I don't really care what that red number is. It's whether or not it is, like for Michelle now, it's like a badge of honor, right? Like, but if it's heavy on your shoulders, then delegation is one of those things. Like, what if that red number was 0? Does that create more mental space for you? Does it take a weight off of your shoulders? Well, then that's where delegation, you get the true feeling of what delegation could do for you. So I want you all to look at one email, if possible. Look at one email, okay? So long term, some of the things you can do are email filters, unsubscribe from emails, start fresh with a brand new email. Maybe it's just like, dude, that one's long. I can't even show this, right? Or you can outsource email to someone else. That is something that, right?
Yes.
Exactly. I love that too. I've done that. Okay, so individual emails. Look at one email, okay? So the first option is to delegate it to yourself. Maybe you're going to put it in the calendar. Does it take 15 minutes? You need to choose the 15 minutes. Maybe you need to boomerang it so that it comes back at a later date. Something like that. If you have Gmail now and something gets like left, it's kind of auto, like artificial, AI is getting good with those boomerang emails. Do you need to know the outcome? Does it even matter? Can you send it to someone else? And then if you need to know the outcome, make sure to put a reminder in your calendar for when you should check back on it. Maybe you don't need to know the outcome. Maybe it really doesn't matter, okay? Will you need this later? Will you need it later? Does it matter if it's organized or not? Here's the thing, you guys. Right now we have unlimited space for the most part, and email is very searchable. Maybe you just need a catch-all folder. Throw them all over there. You're gonna just push search and find it later anyways. Something that I do, if I know I would search for that email by a certain term, I'll forward it to myself with that term in the email, and then I'll just file it away or archive it, okay? You don't need to be uber organized when things are really, really searchable. It's fine. The next thing is, can you do it right now? Can you do it without leading yourself down on a tangent? If you can just do it and get it off of your list and it only takes a couple of seconds, just do it. Get it out of the way. If it's going to lead you down a tangent, it needs to be delegated. And last but not least, how many of you have emails that just sit there and sit there and sit there, right? You are being passive aggressive with your email.
Yes, I am.
That is just passive aggressively saying no. Like, sometimes you just need to delete it, actually take your power and say no, or just be done with it. Because most of the time, it's just a delayed decision or a passive aggressive no. So just quit giving it that power. So I encourage you to do this with your email. It's just one little example of delegation when it comes to email, okay? So now, the next part of delegation is my little mantra. Second mantra. You don't have to recreate the wheel, you just have to make it turn. You do not have to recreate the wheel, you just have to make it turn. Do you guys want the story behind this one?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not very relevant really, but totally not. So I worked in public health for 10 years for Health Partners. I loved my job. Health Partners has both clinics and hospitals and the insurance companies. So I'm the only one in the state that represented the provider and the payer for all the women and children and Medicare participants. It was awesome. So I'm sitting in this room and they're talking about public health policy and different funds that were coming through from the feds. You have Republicans on one side, you have Democrats on one side, and they're fighting over how the money should be spent. And there is not one public health nurse or county representative in that room that actually knows what it's doing. And the programs are already built, they're fine. All they need to do is allocate the money and be done with it. And I literally slammed my hand on the table and I said, you guys don't need to recreate the wheel, you just need to make it turn. Send the money through, be done. You are making decisions about something you know nothing about. Needless to say, I quit my job a year and a half later. But anyways, that's where it came from. I was sitting up at MDH and DHS, and it really does run my life. There's so many ways where you don't need to be the expert, you just need to keep things moving, get it to the next step. So, delegation. Why don't you delegate? Does anybody want to speak up? Does anybody? Go ahead, Claire.
You're afraid to let go.
Afraid. Let go of things, right? Go ahead.
I gotta be really clear what I'm doing to tell somebody else to do it.
100%. If you don't know the exact instructions of how to do something, or you don't want to take the time to write down how to do it, it's really hard to pass it on to someone else. Yeah, go ahead. I do it better. Yep. That's a good one. And one more.
Nobody does it as good.
Nobody does it as good as you. Well, you know what? Good enough is better than delayed or better than never done. Good enough. Cost sometimes, yep. Sometimes I think you gotta get a little bit scrappy about it. So I'm gonna go through the main objections that I see most often. First of all being perfection. Perfection is procrastination, and a lot of times perfection is ego getting in the way. So guys, here's the thing. Do you want, okay, I is rich, I am poor. Doesn't matter. Good enough gets it done. You cannot get to the level you need to play at if you are the one doing absolutely everything. How many people are missing out on your gifts, your services, your knowledge in the world because you're being too stingy with them because you won't let go? You won't let go, you guys. You are cheating people of your greatness. You are darn right cheating people of your greatness.
Hit me again.
Right? So you've got to get over that. The second thing that I see come up, that's the most important. We're going to come back to that one because it's pretty much we got to come back to it. But we're going to go on to the next one for now. I feel bad or spoiled. How many of you feel guilty about asking someone to clean your house? Right? Okay. Here's the thing. I'm going to read it because it's that good. Paying someone else to do a task they are capable of makes the world go round. Who are you to decide what is beneath them or you? Every task is noble. Show sincere gratitude and appreciation, and make sure your ego, again, isn't holding you or other people back. I hired my first assistant the year I walked away from my full-time career, 6-figure job. The next year I failed miserably. Sorry, honey, this is a really bad choice. I quit my job. He quit his job. He quit his career the same month. Really not recommended, guys. And I hired my first assistant, and that year I only made $38,000. And many people judged me, I'll be honest, because my assistant lives in the Philippines. Her name is Angela. I talk to her as my best friend more than most people. And you know what? With the money I pay her, which is around $2.50, she just got a raise to $3 an hour. She has put her little sister through college and paid for boarding school, room and board, and everything. It is a global economy. There are ways to get scrappy, move your business forward, and you know what? As my business made more money, you can bet I hired people here to help us too. But if I had never learned how to leverage, never learned how to outsource, I would have never made the money. You guys, I would have had to go back to work, and I almost did have to. Instead, I got to put a post up on care.com that said, "Hi, we need a nanny and a cook. Someone help us. We actually don't have children, but we are really bad at adulting." So you guys, last thing I need you to do, I have 1 minute left, and this is going to be really impactful. I want you to think about how much you are worth. How much do you make a year, okay? If you make $100,000 a year, you roughly make $50 an hour. You can usually split it in half. I mean, it's not perfect math, but come on, it's good enough, okay? So anything that does not move your business forward that could be outsourced. That means like cleaning your house. Maybe you need to order meals. Maybe, I don't know what it is. You need to hire Claire to do some social media. Whatever it is, you guys, outsource that stuff. You need to outsource what you can as quickly as possible. Then you need to get disciplined enough in your business, whatever you outsource for less than what you make an hour, you need to make that in that hour while someone else is making sure your home is taken care of. Someone else is making sure. You don't get to sit on the couch. If you're gonna sit on the couch, you don't get to outsource it because you're not making the money. Get what I mean? Yeah. Circle there? Okay, so get that number in your head, start outsourcing something. And last but not least, if you are scared to death to outsource, you need to start small. Go to Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com, pay someone $5 to dress up in a chicken suit and sing happy birthday to your best friend and send you the video.
What?
Hire something. I literally made someone do this. Hire something to get done. You can get anything on Fiverr. Like you could literally, I'm not kidding, pay someone $5 to sing your best friend happy birthday and send that video to them. Like it's super funny, right? Like wouldn't you be like, what just happened? So anyways, you guys, I don't care what you outsource, but you have to start somewhere because there's a learning curve there. But someday I want your 3 minutes to turn into 30 days of content just like that. Because I see Facebook posts, I will see Facebook posts from this when I'm scrolling Facebook and be like, oh my gosh, that's really good, I should use that. And you know what? Then in the second, I'm gonna realize, oh, that's my post. So it was my content that was taken from this video that Angela took and turned into graphics and blogs and posts. And all I did was this right here. This minute right here, and I'm never gonna touch that again. But my content and my word will live on and on and on. And that is what delegation can do for your business. Quit cheating people of your greatness. Get over yourself. Perfection is procrastination. The world needs what you have, and more people need to get served. Thank you very much.